Not been here for a while. There's the 19R car. Had some issues at Fairbury the other night. Brent Lottehoff, crew chief on that car. They came home and changed motors. And Ryan Gustin's not going to miss Knoxville, and he's not going to miss it as he is here tonight in that rocket out of Marshalltown, Iowa. Good to see Tim Lance back with us. Teammates, of course, he owns Billy Moyer's car. Both will be in Longhorn cars here tonight. There's Shane Clinton in the 25 car, the Skyline Motorsports Capital Clements.
So we got some clarification. We're seeing a former prelim winner, ninth winner here at Knoxville, Shane Clinton. But clarification on the 157. Basically, when they're weighing a car at the shop, a lot of times they'll put the lead in the seat to represent the driver's weight. Well, apparently the team did not take the lead out when they loaded up the race car, and that lead was still in the cockpit on the floorboard. So Mike Marlar noticed it. That's why he pulled to the inside of the racetrack. They already have that lead taken out. They're good to go. No harm, no foul.
That is very interesting. I did not, Well, we're right on it, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Here tonight at Knoxville. Aren't we glad that you got your first World 100 last week? You get to come to Knoxville. I get to go to Brownstown next week. I got to see Dave Argabright earlier.
I know.
Don't forget 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, folks, over here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. He'll be having an interview with Mike Marlar, ironically, tomorrow.
He did that with Tim McCready last year.
Yes, he did.
And it was fantastic. Went over there with Dave, and they had a good, candid conversation. And I think Mike Marlar and Dave will have that same sort of conversation. So if you're in the area, head over to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. I was over there yesterday. Took my son Blaze and Connor Wade. We went over there actually with Tim McCready's team and Brandon Overton. We were all hanging out there yesterday, and just so much memorabilia and so many artifacts from sprint car lore. And it's just great to see the history that oozes out of that building. Bob and Bill and everybody do such a fantastic job. So if you're in the area, you're coming over to the race, come on over a little bit early and check out the Hall of Fame.
It was rather warm today. I thought we were mid-July here in into September. Ricky Weiss right now, the Dryden 7 sniper at 20.370 here in DirtDraft.com Hot Laps, the fastest so far.
Here's what's really neat. You have those suites on top of the Hall of Fame, but several years ago,
Brian Clausen,
thank you to the Marshall family, the Brian Clausen Suite Tower, and we went up on the roof yesterday, and Philip and everybody, JC from the 39 team, we all went up there together, and the view from that Brian Clausen Tower there is unbelievable. You just see how grand this magical place is. And we stood up there for about 15, 20 minutes just kind of taking in a silent racetrack. Just imagine what people are going to see tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night here with the 900 horsepower dirt late models on this racetrack.
Yeah, same format tonight, tomorrow night. And it's not combined. It's not combined nights. It's the best of the two nights. So get off to a good start tomorrow. There's your fan club up there, Bob.
So you see where the people are standing right there?
Yeah.
That's the Klossmeyer suite, and we went in there yesterday to check that out, and thank you to that family for letting us in there. But it's just a great perspective, and it shows how this entire community, just unites around something special. This racetrack, sprint car racing, and one time a year when the late models of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series come to town.
Of course, Donnie Schatz won his 11th Knoxville Nationals this year back in August. And we've seen him a few times here, obviously, in the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals, not this year. But how about the interest shown by open-wheel drivers in late model racing? Of course, what a great year it has been dollar-wise for a lot of drivers, but especially for Jonathan Davenport, obviously. But I saw Logan Seavey.
Yes.
Hot lapping the Rocket House car there. And, of course, Hudson O'Neal will be in that car come 2023. But I don't know, maybe we can get Tyler Reddick back. That he's going to be in Cup next year with Childress.
With somebody, maybe.
With somebody. Oh, man, is that a turn of events?
That's
but
a lot of drama.
His deal to go to the 23 team is not until 2024. So they got. How do they do that? They have to buy a charter right now.
Yeah,
He'll just has to buy a
I think
charter.
there's some games being played there. We'll see how that all shakes out. But you just mentioned the big news. Hudson O'Neal going from the Roger Sellers team this year. He's in that ride for the remainder of this year and going to the Rocket House Car program with Mark Richards and everybody at Rocket next year. Definitely an interesting move. And, there's a lot of big names here in the pit area. And you mentioned, James, one of them that hasn't been here for a while, Chris Madden, now standing by with Connor Wade.
Yeah, Chris Madden down here in the staging area, been very successful this year. Chris, you didn't come to Knoxville last year. 2019 was the last time you were here. What was the decision like to come here this year?
I can't hear what you're saying, but I think you asked when the last time I was here. I think it was 19. It was a little wider then. It's a little narrow now. Real greasy right now, so we really don't have a feel for it yet.
All right, Chris Madden to look for his first win at Knoxville tonight.
And it's interesting that Chris Madden actually brings up the racetrack being a little bit narrower in the corners, because as we stood on top of the Brian Clausen Suite Tower yesterday, JC and I were kind of talking from the 39 team about this racetrack, and he says, man, it looks a little bit more narrow from standing up here. And they did. Madden was right. They narrowed the racetrack just a little bit a couple of years ago for this late model event. And they have, what's interesting is the machine that grades this racetrack is actually run by GPS, so that it's consistent throughout the entire year. So Chris Madden adjusting to some things that have changed from 2019 to right now, but so much science and technology going into preparing this racetrack. But it all gets back to what Dave Argerbright talked about. This soil up here, that Zook soil, that clay-based soil, just provides for an unbelievable racing surface to keep that moisture in the racetrack, whether it's sprint cars or late models.
There's Justin Zeidner out of Malvern, Iowa, the quickest so far, 19.677 here in DirtDraft.com. Hot laps. You notice I brought my Indiana allergies with me, so folks at home watching, Essex is a little, I don't know, a little congested here with my allergies, but I'll be okay. And
you'll get excited later and forget all about them.
I still think I'm at Eldora or something. I seemed like I was there for a month, it seemed like last week. But anyway, always glad to be here in Knoxville, and John McCoy and his staff do a great job here.
So it's time to get on Dirt Draft. Join in on all the fun. Hang out with a bunch of different dirt late model fans from around America. Go to dirtdraft.com/Lucas Oil. If you're a new subscriber here tonight for the Knoxville races, you'll get a free T-shirt. You can see that T-shirt through MAV TV on FloRacing right now. It is a good-looking T-shirt designed by Arizona Sport Shirts. And tonight there's plenty of racing all over the country on Dirt Draft, right here from Knoxville in Iowa, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. USAC from Circle City Raceway right there in Indianapolis. You got the All-Star Circuit and a whole lot more. Go to dirtdraft.com and participate in all the fun. Tyler Erb had some fun here last year for 2 nights, or I should say 2 3/4 nights. He won Thursday and Friday night here at Knoxville last year, and then was leading the race, broke a gear late in the race, and then drove back through the field to finish in the top 5. That was an impressive performance. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the Big River Steel Machine. He had a good run the other night at Fairbury. Tim McCready carries the Midwest Sheet Medal. Bright orange spoiler to indicate that he is the point leader for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series coming into this. Good to see Chris Davis here. Of course, it's been a difficult week for Chris Davis and his family, the loss of his father, and we still continue to pray and hope for peace and comfort for that family. But it was good to see Chris in the pit area. We chatted a lot about his dad, and it was nice to see Chris here today. Ross Robinson in the Blue 7. Reed Millard, the racing mortician, in that red and orange number 14. Bobby Pierce, or should we say Ricky Bobby Pierce, in that good-looking Talladega Night scheme that he has. Ran that at Eldora last week in the World 100. He was always fun to watch on the outside. Kyle Bronson, another throttle smasher in the 40B, joins us here with that good-looking orange machine. Big win for him in the Silver Dollar Nationals last year. There's Hudson O'Neal once again. Tim McCready, quickest in Dirt Draft hot laps right now, 18.640 seconds. still working in this racetrack early during Dirt Draft Hot Laps. The track record set by Earl Pearson Jr. here at Knoxville for late models, 16.631 seconds.
And again, no championship points tonight, nor tomorrow night. No provisionals until Saturday night. Earl Pearson Jr., of course, you mentioned, won the last Lucas Oil race we had, which seems like forever ago. It's actually, 3 weeks ago, as we had Portsmouth and Tyler County rained out on Labor Day weekend. His 40th career win with the series.
Hey,
TJ.
I was disappointed that Tyler County got rained out, but I'm excited because I get to go to that racetrack right now, experience my first Hillbilly 100. So looking forward to going down there.
What a week that's going to be, yeah.
Earl Pearson Jr., track record holder here for late models at Knoxville. Connor?
Yeah, that's right. He was the winner the last time the series ran at Port Royal. Earl, how good does it feel to have the monkey off your back coming into a Lucas race after that win at Port Royal?
Ain't no doubt it feels good. It's good for me, the team, and everybody back home, all the friends and family and the sponsors and Connor and everybody, the crew guys. But here at another racetrack, Knoxville, Iowa, big racetrack again. So we got pretty much the same setup back on the car. So hopefully we can run good tonight. We got a chance to tune on it tomorrow night as well before the big race Saturday. So I don't know, we'll see. But the track's awful wet right now. So we'll wait and see how qualifying goes. I drew a 100 out of 100. So I don't know how good that's gonna be, but we'll wait and see.
You've never won here at Knoxville, second in the finale for this event back in 2004. How special would it be for you to win at Knoxville, and what's this place mean to you?
Well, it'll be big for me and everybody once again, but there's a lot of history here from the sprint cars and, us coming in here, about 15 years ago, whatever it may be, but, I love to win here. It's a lot of, like I say, a lot of history here, a lot of fans come here watch this race, and it'll be big for us, but like I say, it's a big racetrack, only 75 laps this year, which is a little bit different, so no fuel stop, so we'll wait and see.
Earl Pearson Jr. looking to carry on that momentum from Port Royal.
And that win at Port Royal, the 40th of his career in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. There's Brian Shirley, a former Late Model Knoxville Nationals winner. Shirley with the big win back in 2006 at this racetrack.
And then it was not sanctioned by Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He had the famous spin to win. You remember Danny Sullivan at Indy in 85? Well, Shirley spun and restarted 31st and came up through the win, but he has still never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series sanctioned race. Now tonight, tomorrow night, they count toward the all-time win list with the series. Again, no championship points until Saturday night. Spencer Hughes right now, 18.350, the quickest. There you see the Hot Rod Septic 32, the Hoker Trucking entry of Chris Simpson. Oh, him or Chad, they'd love to get a big win here in their home state, wouldn't they? They would be fantastic for them. Brian Burkhofer, the only driver from Iowa to win. Maybe Brian will join us this weekend. You never know.
I texted with Brian earlier this week. I wanted him in the booth with us because that would have been spectacular. But Brian was going to come up here today, actually, and only today, but had some things come up and kept him at home. So hopefully Berkey's watching. There's Spencer Hughes, quickest so far during Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 18.350 seconds. So far, 23 cars on the racetrack. Jonathan Davenport in the 49. Last week's World 100 winner at Eldora Speedway. What a dominating performance at Eldora for JD. The 5th time he has won the World 100. Got that big old hug, his traditional hug of the globe on the backstrap at Eldora last week in Rossburg, Ohio.
Well, he's got the bucket list. He checked the topless 100 off, right? Last month. He's never won here at Knoxville on the Saturday night finale. Can he get it done this year? Vinny Giuliano and Giuliani and the crew at Nutrient X Solutions. Again, they have a Cornet under the hood here tonight.
Ricky Thornton Jr. so far 15th during Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Connor.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. already been on the racetrack. Ricky, how'd the car feel?
Car was pretty good. Track's still a little slimy, but I think by the time hot laps in here, it's going to be pretty good. I'm really early in qualifying, so hopefully we can put up a good lap, have a good night.
Ricky Thornton Jr., a winner in modified competition here in 2018, guys.
Have to run for RTJ at Fairbury on impressive night in that FloRacing Night in America event.
You mentioned Jonathan Davenport, and not having won the Saturday night show. He does have a couple of prelim wins here. Here's a look at the winners that have graced victory lane during the 3-day event for the first 17 years, led by Mike Marlar and Brian Burkhofer.
Or Brian Bosworth. He might have won it. I thought that's what you were getting ready to say was Brian Bosworth, but no, he's never won the Saturday night finale. You know, the Rocket House car, of course, always strong here. Never won, have they? With
No, Josh Richards, all those prelim wins, and he's finished in the second spot, runner-up, like 4 or 5 times here during the Knoxville Nationals. There is Billy Moyer. He is the oldest driver to have ever won here at Knoxville Raceway. He won this race back in 2010, and my stats show, what is it?
Is he the only driver to win all 3 nights, I believe, right, as well? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tyler nearly pulled that off last year. There's the Rocket House car, Valvoline Rocket House car for Mark Richards. 18.260, Bob, quickest so far here in DirtDraft.com Hot Laps. You mentioned Earl Pearson Jr. drew 100. That was the last number, so he will be the final qualifier of the night out of the 48 entries. But that car has run so good. How many times has it led on lap 90? Never came home with a victory. It's sort of like Florence, the north-south. If you lead on lap 90, does not guarantee you're going to win the race.
And if you think about Josh Richards' performance behind the wheel of that race car, and even Brandon Shepard here, who has put in some great performances as well, but has never taken the checkered flag on Saturday night. There is Tyler Bruning in the number 16 machine. Bruning returning to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in his home state of Iowa. And we'll also have the Malvern Bank Late Model Series here on Saturday night. There's Tad Pospischel in the 04.
He's in a Longhorn tonight. He also campaigns a Team Zero car. Out of Norfolk, Nebraska, the 14W, that'll be Dustin Walker with us here tonight. So this, again, is the final group of hot laps. There's the 22 car going with the red look for Daniel Hilzebeck in a new Capital car parked down there beside Tyler Bruning and Shane Clanton. Daniel out of Earlham, Iowa for the 32-year-old.
And Dalton Wilson, second overall in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Midsummer was really heating up, had some very good runs, but Dalton Wilson, the rookie, getting better and better as the season wears on. They have given us an indication that they want to come back and run full-time once again in 2023.
And he won one of those races last Wednesday at Eldora. For those drivers that have never won at Eldora Speedway, he did that. There's the 99 Junior, had a good run at Fairbury the other night. Frank Heckenash Jr. coming home in second in that race. Nearly pulled off the win there over Bobby Pierce.
Yeah, tried to challenge Bobby Pierce, said he just did not have enough in that 99. But now he comes back here to Knoxville, a place that he has been very fast at times around this racetrack.
Jim Weber Motorsports Entry. There's the 2S car, both Scott brothers here with us tonight. Stormy Scott, the Mesilla Valley Transportation Longhorn, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico.
His twin brother, Johnny Scott, with us as well. Kyle Strickler in the 8. Should be pretty fast. Has had some consistent runs here at Knoxville. Right now, still trying to work in this racetrack. You heard Earl Pearson Jr. say it's a little bit wet right now. There is that Rancho Milagro number 1 ST for Johnny Scott. 5 wins in the MLRA circuit this year. He's had a pretty good year. Jimmy Owens, 2-time Knoxville Late Model Nationals winner in that Ramirez Motorsports number 20. And you can see what they're doing with these cars, getting them to run that upper groove to try to get that packed in a little bit. You can see the rest of the racetrack starting to look pretty good, but this racetrack, when it's right, you can run from top to bottom. And we've seen that for so many times. Matt Furman in the 51, you see that race car right behind Jimmy Owens.
As I mentioned, a very hot day, about mid-80s here, as it is for most of the Midwest. And I see early next week we're supposed to be about 90. So in the Midwest, so
it got cold for a while.
Got cold for a day or two. It got down to about 50 degrees, I think, at night. And
wow, look at that sunset. It is just so pretty up in this part of the country, especially, the city of Des Moines is beautiful. The downtown area A lot of fun things to do if you come up here with the family. Get to downtown. Go get you some Molly's Cupcakes. Jen Ashley, our executive producer, loves them. And then come over here, about a 40-minute drive over to Knoxville Raceway. And the sun, the atmosphere at this racetrack and the countryside is downright beautiful. You like that little plug for Molly's Cupcakes? I'm going to bring you one tomorrow. What type of cupcake do you like?
Was that from Des Moines, or where was that
Des
from?
Moines, yeah. We're staying about 40 minutes away. So what type of cupcake do you want?
Any's fine.
Any? Okay.
Any's fine. You need to stay in Pella, too. You've been to downtown Pella. Very nice.
I have not.
Pella, Iowa.
Okay.
There's Chris Simpson down there. Jimmy Owens beside him. So right now in DirtDraft.com Hot Laps, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, it'll be Brandon Shepard, Garrett Alverson, Spencer Hughes, Chris Simpson, who's standing right there in fourth.
Yawning a little bit down there, getting ready for things.
Wake up,
to get
Chris.
Pumped up and going here. Chase Younghands in the number 18. Chase, the only driver in the pit area taller than me.
He is.
Yes.
You need to get the what has he got, the goatee?
He does.
Need to work on that, maybe.
Yeah, Angie says I don't look good in a goatee.
How's your Patriots? Oh, never mind. Anyway, Brandon Shepard.
Well, listen, we love the Colts too, but you know what? The Colts didn't look good either. But you know who did look good? My App State Mountaineers beating Texas A&M last week.
That too, and also McCready's Bills.
Yes, oh my gosh, they were dominant.
Bills Mafia there.
Yes. And what a big week of upsets. Marshall beating Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Georgia
right.
Southern, who did they beat? Nebraska, I believe?
Yeah, and they fired their coach this week, so.
They did.
Oh, man, you hate to see anybody lose their job, but, man, that's Nebraska. I mean, back in the 90s. How about Tad Pospisil?
Wow.
He's from Nebraska, by the way. Maybe he's the next head coach of the Cornhuskers. 18206.
They need some direction.
For Tad Pospisil right now. He's with the Longhorn tonight.
What were they, 3-9 last year? So Pospisil, 18.206 seconds. A little bit better than Brandon Shepard, Garrett Alberson, Spencer Hughes, and Chris Simpson, the top five so far.
Well, in Nebraska, there's no pro team, so the Nebraska Cornhuskers obviously for years is, and I understand. I mean, you know, that's what they live for there is the Cornhusker football, but they'll get it turned around maybe at some point. It's always tough nowadays, isn't it? Bob, we needed some of that NLL money.
That's right. We'll be right back here through MAV TV on FloRacing to Knoxville.
Racing has always been in my blood. But that doesn't mean I didn't have to work hard. Or that we couldn't have a little fun. And a lot of fun to have. No matter the terrain or the vehicle. For whatever I do, General Tire delivers.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extend the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Keep that engine alive.
Big River Steel, we've always been known as innovators. We dared to make new rules as the world's first flex mill, including supplying the auto and electrical industries with steels that other mills like us can't, all while showing what it means to be a sustainable steelmaker. We're proud to be the world's first and only LEED-certified steel production facility. Now, as part of U.S. Steel, we're committed to making steels that are best for all. You could say it's the innovator in us.
Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway for the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals. The sun setting off of turn number 4 at this famed racetrack, and we are getting ready for All-Star Performance qualifying. There is Mark Richards in the gray shirt, texting somebody about how that car is doing here tonight. Maybe he's on social media checking things out as well, or getting some times from My Race Pass, maybe watching through MAV TV on FloRacing. Who knows? But there is the Rocket 1 house car. Brandon Shepard behind the wheel. Big news. B. Shep going to his own team, B5, next year, and Hudson O'Neal will be in that Rocket house car next year.
Saw Danny Widener, the crew chief, so we're about ready to go with All-Star Performance time trials here tonight.
I want to mention that this racetrack obviously is fantastic. We got a chance to drive around with really nobody here yesterday, and it's beautiful. One of the most magnificent facilities in all of America. But I will say that the job as well that the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series does when they come to town to banner this facility with all the Lucas Oil and all the other sponsors and their presence, it is definitely something special to see this place bannered up, and great job by everybody from the series. Time for All-Star Performance qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And up first on the racetrack will be the 3-time winner of this event, the 157 of Mike Marlar.
He's in the Ronnie Delk Longhorn Clements Power tonight. In the Tri-Rivers Enterprises, Rockets Convenience Plus, Bilstein Shocks, Messia Valley Transportation, Can-Am Salvage, CapitalCapSigns.com. Followed by the 20RT out of Martinsville, Indiana. That'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the Todd and Vicky Burns, SSI Motorsports, Longhorn, Clements, Big River Steel, Hooker Trucking, Penske Shocks, Dyno 1 Certifying Inspection Services, Excel Floor Coverings, Westside Tractor Sales, and the 39, the current points leader out of Watertown, New York, is Tim McCready, the Paler Motorsports, Longhorn, Cornette, Mega Plumbing in the Carolinas, Mega Plumbing, back. Harmsless.com, Newport Lighting and Design, Bilstein Shocks, Racing 3-Wheels, Walker Performance Filtration, Baker Mitchell Company, the Aesthetic House and SCT, and the 18S out of Malvern, Iowa, Jesse Saubing in the Rocket Pro Power, All Makes Collision, RSA Trucking, Hertz, Rent-A-Car, and Triple S Motorsports. Marlar, 18.207, McCready, fast time, 17.744, Thornton at 17.828, Jesse Saubing at 17.833, our first 4 qualifiers here tonight. Lap 2 for Marlar is going to be 18.004. Lap 2 for Thornton still remains second. It's a little slower at 18.276. McCready at 17.776. And Saubing trying to be the only one in improves on lap 2. He does not at 18.178. 18.178. McCready, the time to beat so far, at 17.744. Up next will be the 19R out of Marshalltown, Iowa. This Rocket, it'll be Ryan Gustin of the Molly TriStar Equipment and TriStar Engines and Transmissions, Penske Shocks, ML Performance, Ramirez Motorsports, Ace Race Wraps. Followed by the 7 out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada. It'll be Ricky Weiss and the Sniper, Vic Hill. Dryden Performance Products, J&C Properties, G-Style Transport, Turk Enterprises, LG Transport, Derek Sandblasting, Key Walton Truck Service, Collins Brothers Towing, Weister Trucking, RDW Recycling, Penske and Go Lithium, and the 22 out of Ames, Iowa. It is Longhorn, Vic Hill, Charlie McKenna in the My Yield Seed Treatment Dirt Track Bank, Christie Door Company, K-Man Auto Salvage, MMI Motorsports Marketing Innovators, and Jiggy Signs. And the 25 in the Zebulon, Georgia, there is Shane Clinton in the Skyline Motorsports, Capital Clements, Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Truck Country, Carolina Concrete Finishing, Super K Express, Bennett Explosives, Penske, Base Fuels, and Go Lithium. Lap 1 for Gustin, 18.307. Lap number 1 for Ricky Weiss is going to be 18.010. McKenna at 18.583. Clanton at 18.236. Lap 2 for Weiss is going to be 18.053. Lap 2 for Gustin's 18.203. Lap 2 for McKenna 18.555. And lap 2 for Clanton at 18.004. That ties with Marlar. Marlar gets the lap because he qualified first. So 8 cars have taken time here tonight in Knoxville. It's Tim McCready at 17.744. Up next should be the number 1. Nearly pulled off the trifecta here a year ago. Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas. The Eric and Kelly Brock Best Performance Motorsports, Rocket Clements, Bulk Material Lift, Midwest Sheet Metal, MW Transport, Lucas Oil Products, Basil Race Fuels, KBC Graphics, Roberts B Company, First Class Septic. Followed by the 10, the veteran out of Norfolk, Nebraska. It'll be Junior Coover, the Black Diamond Dargy, Ken's Trailer, Island Supply Welding Company, D&D Enterprises, Quality Siding and Roofing, TWD Lock, Safe and Key, National Auto Sales, Norfolk Transportation, followed by the 15 at Molino, Oregon. It'll be Justin Duty, the Rocket Pro Power, Don Frank Floors, First Class Septic, Darren and Mardale Williams, Roberts Meat Company, Jeff Stewart Trucking, Top Notch Custom Cabinets in the 44 out of Great Court, South Carolina. There's Chris Madden, the Rocket Durham, Dryden, Franklin Enterprises, Henderson Amusement, Millwood Plumbing, Penske VP Fuels, Worley Monument, Pyramid Materials, Dirt Car Lift, Davis Diesel Service with Springs. Lap 1 for Tyler Erb at 10th at 18.565. Junior Coover at 21.002. Justin Duty at 8.19.037. Madden 8th right now in Group A at 18.308. As a wait on Tyler Erb, lap 2 is going to be 18.533. Coover, lap number 2. As Justin Duty will take lap 2 at 18.781. Lap 2 for Madden is up a notch to 7th at 18.183. So your next 3 will be the number 11. He's out of Meridian, Mississippi. That'll be Spencer Hughes, the Craig and Shannon Sanders, PCC Motorsports, Longhorn, Clements, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Roth Heating and Cooling Incorporated, Indiana USSA Fast Mix Softball, Schaefer Trucking, Midwest Sheet Metal, Wicks Filters, Bob and Tammy Byrne, VP Fuel, CFM Truck Repair, Link Construction, Bill Stein Shocks, Hibbley's Barbecue, Burgers, Tenderloins, Hot Dogs, and Snow Cones. Followed by the 32 out of Oxford, Iowa, Chris Simpson. In the Longhorn, Durham, Hoker Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, C&J Trucking, Capsigns.com. Superior Cleaning Services, Hot Rod Septic, Iowa, Illinois, Taylor Insulation, Penske and VP. The 62 out of Malvern, Iowa. There's Justin Zeitner in the Longhorn, Shepherd. Zeitner and Sons Refrigerator Transport, CSI Logistics, Leakus Lawns. Big Ty Smoke Meats and DJ's Dugout in the 32 out of Oakwood, Illinois. Bobby Pierce and the Pierce Platinum, Vic Hill. Hoker Trucking, All Guy Inc. Base Fuels, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Senior Life Insurance Company. First Beer, Rio Grande Waste Services, Extreme Electric, Lincoln Tree Service, Toyota, Danville, Vermilion County, Big Modcats. How about Justin Zeitner? He was quick in hot laps as well, 17.768. Bobby Pierce third at 17.814. Spencer Hughes fast time at 17.557 on his second lap. Chris Simpson, his fast lap will be 17.905. Bobby Pierce waiting on his second lap, and it'll be 19.538, 19538. Zeitner's second lap is second quick at 17.599. So how about that? New quick time is the 11 of Spencer Hughes. Up next will be the 29. There he is out of Davenport, Iowa, a new Longhorn by Willis Clements. That'll be Spencer Dirks in the Lindquist. Roll Concrete Contractors, H&H Towing, TG Refurbishers, Performance Bodies, Pleasant Valley Ready Mix, followed by the 40B out of Brandon, Florida. There he is in the Rocket Clements. It'll be Kyle Bronson in the Brandon Ford Bronson Brands, Race Car Engineering, Marshall's Equipment, Lucas Oil Products, Integra, Multi-Fire, Super Pro Series Wires. Also, Golden Isles Speedway, Golden Isles RV Campground, VP Max App, Ultralight to 3S out of Chattanooga, Brian Shirley in the Cullen Racing, Rocket Durham, Thomas & Express, Hoker Trucking, J&J Ventures Gaming, KBC Graphics, Integra, Fast Livestock, and the 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana. The Double Down Motorsports, Rocket Cornet of Hudson O'Neill. Lap 1 for Spencer Dirks is going to be 11th here in Group A at 18.133. Bronson 15th at 18.417. Shirley at 18.337. O'Neill is going to be 12th at 18.076. And lap number 2 for Spencer Dirks in that Longhorn by Wells is 17.973. That bumps him up to 8th. Bronson is going to be 18.365. Shirley at 18.256. O'Neill will go up to 8th at 17.953 in the Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Lucas Oil Products, Smoky Mountain Speedway, VP Fuels, WR1 Sim Chassis, Integra Dynamic Drive Lines, and New Era Excavation 71. So we've got 4 more here to go. Should be the 48. Not there, of Tim Lance out of Brimfield, Illinois. Instead, it'll be the 53 out of La Vista, Nebraska. It'll be Andrew Kosiski of the MB Customs Pro Power. Certified transmission, Connors Fight, Select Auto, Dirt Church USA, Kosiski Auto Parts, Zumbrata Drivetrain, followed by the 14 out of Jefferson City, Missouri. It'll be Reed Millard. He's in the Black Diamond Pro Power. 3-Story Coffee, V-Seam Signs, Prison Brews Brew Pub, Diamond Pet Foods, Millard Family Chapels, Worldwide Technology, Dos Vito Restaurant, Bush's Florist and Greenhouse, and the 7. There's Frank Heck, there's the Tim Lance car, the 48 car in the Longhorn Digital Copy Systems Carl Chevrolet sponsored car. It should be also the 7 of Ross Robinson in the Longhorn Clements as well on the racetrack. Lap 1, Millard in 14:19.679. Kosiski, first lap was 18.626. Second lap 18.632. Millard, lap 2 is 19.633. And lap, Ross Robinson, his quick lap will be lap 2 at 18.030 in car 7 out of Georgetown, Delaware. Tim Lance, his quick lap will be a second lap at 18.416 in car 48, the Longhorn Clements.
So that wraps up things from Group A. For the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, we take a look at the results, and Spencer Hughes out of Mississippi, the quickest driver so far here at Knoxville Raceway tonight, 17.557 seconds. Justin Zeitner in second. Good run for him. He was quick earlier during Dirt Draft Hot Laps as well. Tim McCready, Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., some of the usual suspects up top, and Jesse Saubing. He's had some good performances, very fast earlier this year over at I-80 Speedway in Nebraska. Chris Simpson, Hudson O'Neal, Spencer Dirks in the top 10. Mike Marlar, 10th overall in Group A qualifying. He was the first car on the racetrack. We will have 6 heat races tonight. Plenty of action still to come in Group B qualifying coming up next.
And again, same format tomorrow night. 7,000 to win, and it's your best of the 2-point nights at the field. Will be lock in 24 for Saturday nights.
24. So here's how it works. You get points for where you qualify. You get points for where you finish in your heat race. And, of course, you get points for where you finish in your feature event. You put those points together. That's your point tally for one night. It's your best points night from either Thursday or Friday, and the top 24 best points nights lock in to Saturday's big show.
And we'll have B-mains on Saturday as well.
A lot of people were asking about the format, asking how many cars. 48 here tonight, and then that's the format. 2 25-lap races, but it's that points accumulation over one night from qualifying heat races and the feature that give you your point tally. And again, the top 24 point tallies for a single night coming out of either Thursday or Friday. Lock yourself into the show, and you'll be breathing a little bit easier going into Saturday if you're in that top 24.
And again, 75 laps here on Saturday night. No fuel stop here in 2022, as we've had the past few years. Aaron Morant, you see him there, the 1X car. He'll be coming up first here in Group B, the 37-year-old out of Richmond, Missouri, in the Rocket Mullins. Burlington Auto Repair, Unique Painting, Main Street Auto Body and Towing, Bob Morton Enterprises, Ricketts Mize Properties. He'll be followed by the 6th, the veteran out of Gilton, Nebraska, 68-year-old Al Humphrey in the Victory Circle. Joyce Agronomics, Lori Humphrey sponsored cars. You see smoke already bellowing out of the 1X car. That'll be the number 1 at New Berlin, Illinois. To be Brandon Shepard, second to the points. In the Mark Richards Racing, Rocket Durham, Valvoline, Sorbert Camp Wrenches, Ace Metalworks, Gunnis, Henry Petrov Towing, Rocket Prio Motors, Integra Shock, Select Well Service, Kaiser and Sunoco. Followed by the 56 out of Messina, Iowa. To be Chris Speaker in the Rocket, Scott Bailey. Car Asset Management, Erickson Construction. Sidebite Specialist, TM Supply. Lefties Pump and Plumbing, Schaefer Welding, and Malvern Bank of the 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Dalton Wilson and the James Radcliffe Longhorn number 18D as Aaron Morant. First lap for him is 18.625. Al Humphrey in 19.309. Lap 1 Shepard, fast time Group B 18.075. Chris Speaker. And Chris will be third at 18.557. Dalton Wilson will be in the next group. Aaron Morant, lap 2 is going to be 18.320. That's quicker, still second. Al Humphrey in 19.610. Shepard, a little bit slower, 18.172. And Chris Speaker, lap 2 is going to be 18.557. So your next 4 will be the 18D, second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. It will be Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Again, the James Radcliffe Longhorn, MGL Auto Sales, Kellner Contracting, the Auto Outlet, Worldwide Custom Car Haulers, Grantley Farms, Equipment Auction Group, JRR Auto Sales, and B&L Construction. Followed by the 51 out of Iowa City, Iowa, Matt Furman, DDB Customs, Pro Power, Furman Builders, Dr. Keith Stanley, DDS, Simpson Motorsports, Scar Engineering, Dr. Ralph Stevens. Followed by the 58 out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the current O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie Year, top rookie in the Roberts Racing, Black Diamond Clements, it'll be Garrett Alberson of the Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rubber Machine and Welding, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Sunoco Race Fuels, Done Right TV, Lucas Oil Products, Starved Rock Wood Products, Live, Claff, Love. And Mitchell Ranch in the number 20 out of Newport, Tennessee. Jimmy Owens, there he is. The Ramirez Rocket Vic Hill. Race Monument Company, Tim Short Auto Group, Boom Test Well Service, George Arms, Red Line Oil, Midwest Sheet Metal, Sunoco, and Bill Stein. Number 20, Dalton Wilson, second quick in Group B, 18.308. Furman at 18.557. Alberson up to second at 18.137. And Jimmy Owens fast time, Group B, 17.885. Dalton Wilson, lap number 2 is going to be 18.146. Furman, lap 2 for Matt is 18.893. Alberson at 18.314. Jimmy Owens, see if he can go quicker. He does at 17.585, 0.3 of a second quicker on lap 2. 17.585 for the 20 of Jimmy Owens. Up next should be the Hall of Famer. One of the all-time greats, 147 career wins, former winner of this race, out of Arkansas, to be Billy Moyer, the native of Des Moines, Iowa. That's where he's born and raised at. Tim and Patty Lance, the Longhorn Cornet tonight. Digital Copy Systems, Carl's Auto Group, Floyd Waste Systems, Mesilla Valley Transportation, sponsor Billy Moyer. And it'll be 76 out of Evans, Georgia, Brandon Overton. He's in the Wells Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, Wells Motorsports, Garnto Southern, Convenient Luby, Zico, Angry Elephant Tattoos and Piercing, Gold Star Concrete, CrossFit Overton, Penske Shocks, RW Powell Construction, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Cleanway Clearing and Grading, VP and Dirt Mafia, and the 1ST Johnny Scott of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the Longhorn Clements, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rancho Milagro Racing, Eaglewood Head Farms and Lab, Big Deal Car Care, and True to Healy, Top of the World Ranch, and Race Ranch Clothing and Slicker Graphics. Fast time, Brandon over to this group, 17.494. 17.494. Moyer, 18.320. Johnny Scott, 18.140 on his first lap. Jonathan Davenport, 17.627. And the Lance and Darla Landers, Double L Motorsports, Longhorn Cornet tonight. Lap 2 for Overton, a little bit slower, 17.561. Johnny Scott at 18.299. Billy Moyer picks it up to 5th at 18.116. Davenport third now at 17.866. His first lap was quicker at 17.627 and 49. And the Nutrient Ag Solutions, Spartan Mowers, ASE Warranty, Bill Stein Shocks, VP Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Mark Montanone, and Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, 49. So your next four in a new capital, the 22 out of Earlham, Iowa, will be 32-year-old Daniel Hilzebeck. In the Manning Chiropractic, 22 Enterprises, Big Deal Car Care, RRP, Race Graphics, Hilzebeck Farms, Finish Line Body and Paint, Adams Snow Removal, followed by the 8 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, be Kyle Strickler. He's in the Melanie Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, Cat Industries, G-Style Transport, PFC Brakes, Andy Stone, and Dirt Rep. Followed by the 04 out of Norfolk, Nebraska. In the Longhorn, Scott Bailey to be Tad Pospisil. In the Signor Trucking, CI and Associates, Dietz Wells and Pumps, Big Bad Chad Motorsports, Window World, 106 Kicks, Swiss Springs, Malvern Bank, SS Graphics, FK Rod-Ins. And the 42 out of Columbus Junction, Iowa, Jonathan Houston in the MB Customs Pro Power. Hilzebeck at 18.339. The 04 Pospisil, 4th now in Group B at 17.955. Strickler at 18.079. Houston at 18.515. Hilzebeck lap 2 is going to be 18.292. That's 11th. Pospisil in the 04. And he'll stay 4th. Lap 2 is quicker, but it's still 4th at 17.928. Strickler at 18.903. And Jonathan Houston, lap 2 is 18.422. And that CH Customs. Beck's Hybrids. Also Precision Suspension, Houston Brothers LLC, 25 Design, and Mark Shear Electric. So the next four should be the 14W out of Polk, Missouri. 41-year-old Dustin Walker, the Rocket Scott Bailey. All-Terrain Underground, WW Utility Construction, Fed Up Cattle Company, followed by the 16 out of Decorah, Iowa. Tyler Bruning, he's in the Skyline Motorsports, Capital Clements, Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Base Fuels, Truck Country, Penske Shocks, Bruning Rock Products, Bennett Explosives, followed by the 25 out of Mount Vernon, Iowa. It'll be Chad Simpson in the Black Diamond Pro Power, Ideal Ready Mix, Randy Davidson Trucking, Bill Stein Shocks, Michelle Rupert Chiropractor, Weir's Machine and Racing Products, Performance Body, Subway, D&K Trucking, Volker Trucking, the two-time MLRA champion. That is Chad Simpson. There's Stormy Scott, the 2S out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the Longhorn Clements, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rancho Milagro Racing, Eagle Moon, Hip Fireman Labs, Big Deal Car Care, and Trudy Healy, Top of the World Ranch, Slicker Graphics, 2S. Lap 1, Dustin Walker at 20.087, Burning at 18.492, Chad Simpson at 19.218, Stormy Scott is 15th at 18.422, lap 2 for Bruning. Walker lap 2. Walker lap 2 is 19.568. Bruning lap 2 is 18.479. Simpson at 18.869. And Stormy Scott lap 2 is 19.004. So we should have 4 more to go. Led in by the 18 out of Manhattan, Kansas. It'll be Chase Young Hands and the Greg Young Hands Rocket Clements. Young Hands Discount Liquor, Shop Quick Convenience Stores. Bozard Ford, Grant Petroleum. Followed by the 99 Junior and the Frankfurt, Illinois, W. Frank Heckadas Jr., the Rocket Durham, Jim Weber Motorsports, J. Morris Construction, Penske Shocks, J.R. Hauling, Capsigns.com, Storage Squares, DirtOval66.com. 33 will be Nick Maroff. He's out of Moscow, Iowa, with the Sniper Pro Power, J. Hoffman Trucking, GMC Welding, Maroff Genetics, Penn Ave Farms, Hans Construction, Jeff Stewart Trucking, Dr. Keith Stanley, DDS, and Grindelwald Trucking, and followed by the 46er final qualifier to Jacksonville, Florida, Earl Pearson Jr., the Jason Papich, Longhorn Clements, Lucas Oil Products, Technical Record Crane, Papich Construction, Etchberger Trucking, Bill Stein Chalk, Sunoco, C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding, Duval Electric, Millard Family Chapels, Remy Realty, E3 Spark Plugs, Sierra Pacific Materials, Midwest Sheet Metal, 46. Lap number 1, Young Hands is going to be 18.632. Heckanast is going to be 13th at 18.318 here in Group B. Maroff is going to be 15th at 18.362. Pearson is going to be 5th right now in Group B at 18.001. Young Hands lap 2 is going to be 18.385. Frank Heckanast Jr. second in February the other night to Bobby Pearson, 18.268. Maroff at 18.516, and Pearson lap 2 up to 4th, 17.885. That'll do it for Group B, Bob. And how about it? First time he's been here since, I believe he told me, since he drove one of Billy Franklin's cars. How about Brandon Overton, the 3-time and reigning Dirt Late Model Dream winner at 17.494.
It's been a while since Brandon Overton has been to Knoxville Raceway, but you know what? He's looking pretty good so far after qualifying not only the fastest in Group B, but the fastest overall in All-Star Performance qualifying. Jimmy Owens held that spot for a good bit in Group B qualifying, 17.585 seconds. And then the number 1 dirt late model driver in America, Jonathan Davenport, 3rd overall, looking for his first big win on a Saturday here at Knoxville. Earl Pearson Jr. in 4th, Tad Pospischel in 5th. And it's Brandon Shepard, 2nd in points in the Lucas Dirt Series, back in 6th. Strickler, Billy Moyer, Garrett Alberson, and Johnny Scott round out the top 10 in Group B qualifying. So what we have coming up, folks, a lot of heat race action. 6 heats, 12 laps the distance out of each of those heats. 48 cars in attendance here tonight competing at Knoxville Raceway. There is Randall Edwards, crew chief. He's been on the inside of that left front fender just about all day long. You can see a video on the Lucas Dirt Twitter page of Randall just hanging out and working in that car. Tyler Erb checking things out with him. Tyler Erb hoping to win another here at Knoxville. Already 2 wins to his credit. Many drivers, big-time drivers from not only the National Series, but also a lot of top regional runners from around the area. Chris Simpson, Chad Simpson, and so forth here tonight as well. Spencer Hughes, quickest in Group A qualifying. Pretty good time for that young kid out of Mississippi tonight. We'll see how he does as he continues to improve and mature behind the wheel of that number 11 machine in his rookie season in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We'll get a word in just a moment with Brandon Overton. Of course, the big win in the Dream last week at Eldora Speedway. There is Mike Marlar, the most recent winner of the Knoxville Nationals here for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 3-time winner. For the last 3 times he's been here. He has graced victory lane on Saturday night. So Mike Marlar, top 10 in his qualifying group. Connor, you finally got down there with Brandon Overton, the fast time qualifier.
Yes, standing down here, Brandon Overton. And Brandon, gotta feel good to start the weekend off right. Tell us about the lap you laid down there to go quick time.
Man, that's crazy. I honestly didn't even feel that good, and looked up there and seen we was on top of the board. I think going out late probably helped us. You know, the track was really greasy early, so yeah, we'll take it. See what. I haven't raced here much. I know they do an invert, so see how this plays out.
Best finish of 12th here in the short amount of races that you've been at this racetrack. Coming here and setting fast time early, does that maybe start to put the feeling in your head, okay, maybe I got something figured out at this place?
Man, I don't